everyone, welcome to a new video. I'm Charlene, also known as Wonky Willems. Welcome to this new video. This is episode 3 of the Diary of a Free Time Artist, and I wanted to check in with you guys before we head to the city, aka Chicago. It is Andy's birthday weekend, so we have lots of fun things planned for this weekend. I'll take you guys along a little bit. I know we're supposed to be talking about art, but sometimes it's nice to see, the environment. Oh, hello, Luna. Luna says hello, everybody. Yeah, I want to get together a few supplies to bring with me. Not that I'm going to have a lot of time to really work on anything, but I want to have them with me just in case I decide to play in my sketchbook, because I am going to bring my sketchbook. So I'm going to get those supplies together. Then we have to get on the road. We originally were going to take the train, but they're having construction for the train and there's supposed to be a lot of delays, so we're going to drive. So stay tuned for that. So I did decide on what I'm going to bring to the city with me. I am going to use this small pen bag only. I usually have this pen bag in my purse and it is usually chock full with all of these pens and pencils, and I always keep my Apple pencil in there. So I took all of those out, and then I went through my colored pencils and just chose a handful of colors. And then I'm also going to bring some Artix markers, and then a couple everyday carry pieces that are usually in my pen bag, which are these 3. So stick eraser, then this Prismacolor Coal Erase in Carmine Red. I'm going to bring, I love doing underdrawings with this one. And then this Japanese style dupe of a Muji pen. I love this pen. I actually like it more than the Muji now. I love to sketch with that one, so I'm going to bring that. As far as Prismacolor colors go, I'm going to bring this black. I went through and I sharpened them all really nice. I'm not going to bring a sharpener. That could be a huge mistake, but we'll see what happens. I'm also going to bring an indigo blue, an apple green. This is one of my favorite colors. This is pale sage. That's probably why my phone case, my water bottle, my pen bag, everything is like this pale sage green. I'm also going to bring orange. And then this is Parma Violet. This is another one of my favorite colors, Sap Green Light. Then I have Light Aqua. Oh my goodness, stay still. And then this one, I've started to sharpen both ends because it got breaking before I had put it in the oven. This is Rose. I love to use this one for cheeks. And I like to use this one for cheeks as well, Process Red. And then that is all I have for color pencils. Then I did choose a few colors of the Artix markers. They are kind of bulky to put in my pen bag, so that's why I only chose a handful of them. This is 64. It's a pretty green. I did choose a light green as well. This is C56. I've been really into drawing nature and that kind of a theme lately, so that's why I chose a lot of greens. Then I chose this pink, which is 23A. I figured if I want to do a more bold cheek on any characters, this would be a great color. And then I chose 2 skin tones. I chose C15, which if I want to draw myself, this will be a good color. And then I chose a C53, so if I want to draw Andy, which I'm assuming I probably will want to draw us because we're in the city together, this will be a good color for him. So yeah, oh, and I'll bring a little laundry clip for my pages to hold it open if need be. So this should all fit in my little bag, and I will see you guys in Chicago. since I still have a couple of days off of work, I brought myself out to the garage and I started working on these paper mache creatures or characters that I have had sitting in here for the past couple of years. I really, really want to get them done by the end of summer, and I'm sure that Andy would appreciate the shelf space back. Hello everyone, it has been a few days since I have last filmed anything. I am feeling very, very, very burnt out. Not creatively, just energetically. I have a few days off of work for the 4th of July weekend, which I was hoping to kind of just chill and relax and hang out, but you know, being an adult, there's still things that you have to do, and I am like dreading to do anything because I am so burnt out from life. But I did want to share with you guys a couple of new things that I recently bought. I'm trying to limit the things that I buy recently. I feel like life has recently gotten way more expensive than normal, but I did treat myself to a couple of things. So the first being this folding table lamp. I got this on Amazon. I think it was like $10. This is what it looks like. It folds up. As you guys know, I like to sit on the couch at night and just use like a, they're called like a TV tray, just like a little folding table that I can pull up to the couch. And I like to draw and like cuddle with the dogs. But our house doesn't have any like light fixtures or anything in the living room, so we just have like side lamps. So it gets a little dark at night and I can't like really see fine details and stuff when I'm working in my sketchbook. So I thought that this would be a great addition and it would fit in my bag when traveling. It just opens like this and it's chargeable, so I don't have to worry about being close to an outlet. And right here is the light. I think it works great. It's got 3 layers, not layers, levels of brightness. This thing has been amazing to my little addition to working on the couch. So I got this little guy. And then I also treated myself to an official 5-year journal. What did I get on here? Paint, of course. This is a Midori 5-year, and sorry for the glare if there's glare. I'll take the jacket off so you can see the cover. It is beautiful. It's this embroidered flowers. I have been eyeballing this for a couple of years. Oh, it was in my work backpack and it must have been against something and it dented the book. That's a bummer. But yes, I have been eyeballing this and it has been in my save for later on Amazon for like 2 years. I used to use a Stalogy A6 for my 5-year journal, and I just felt like, I don't know, there was nothing really wrong with it. I just didn't feel like this was enough room for 5 years, and I just felt like the Hobonichi 5-year, where on one side you would write and then you had like a whole section to illustrate. I just don't have time to write and illustrate, so I really liked how this Midori was strictly just writing a small little blurb about what happened that day. I do really want to get back into journaling my days because I feel like time is going so quick. I don't know how to even put into words how quick time is going. I feel like a snap of a finger, it's a month later, 2 months later. I don't know what's going on, but I really need life to slow down. So I feel like it's important to document what has been happening in life because it's been feeling so quick. So that's why I got this. I did start writing in it. I have been noticing I have to write really small, but I don't mind that. I do already need to do some catching up. I have them like written out, like everything that happened that day and some thoughts and feelings and all that. And then when I have like a calm moment, I can just sit down and fill those in. But I don't know, this journal is so beautiful. It makes me want to write in it. I think that's another important thing about journals. You have to find something that makes you excited to show up. So glad that I finally bought this. And as soon as it arrived, I was like, why did it take me 2 years to buy this? I think it was maybe $30, which is still cheaper than the Hobonichi. So yeah, if you like it, you want it, you can afford it, just buy it. That's my advice. Then I mentioned these in my last episode of Diary of a Free Time Artist, was the Artix markers that I purchased. I did swatch them out. Let me find what page it's on because I have been using them like crazy lately. They are the 48 color pack. It is the 48E regular color. I swatched them all out. I had to put the stickers on them. I feel like they look a little different than sets I've been seeing other people use online. I've seen a lot of people where they come in a pack where they sit like straight up like this, and then the stickers go on, the stickers go on the bottom. These ones lay flat, and it comes with a rectangular sticker. Wasn't really sure where it goes, so I just put them on the caps. One thing I will say about the stickers, which does not affect how the markers work, they do kind of peel off, and they, as you just seen, they kind of get stuck to each other, but you know, it's whatever. It doesn't affect how well they work. When I was going through and swatching all of them, I think I had one marker that wasn't working great. It was this C21, and I was kind of bummed because it looked like a really pretty pale pink that I feel like I would use a lot for cheeks. But after kind of just like playing with it and like pushing the nib down on paper and like really rejuicing up that nib, it works fine now. I am actually very glad that I bought these. I don't think they are as good as the Sharpie markers that I've mentioned in the past, and I don't think they're as good as a Posca. But for my sketchbook, I have been reaching for these literally every day. I have this little art bag that I carry between upstairs and downstairs with my most reached for supplies, which usually includes my color pencils, so Prismacolors, and my Tombos, and a couple of like pens and that sort of a thing. These have now been added to my everyday grab for my sketchbook. So I will show you guys a couple of things that I have done with these markers recently. I think another thing that I really love about these is the color range. Like, these are a lot of colors that I use in my style of drawing. Hang on, Callie wants to come up. Let me grab her. So, yes, what was I saying? I've been using these like every day. Let's see. And when I get bored or I don't know what to draw, I kind of just flip through page by page and look for places to add color. For example, like this morning, I just added this little hamster. I did this grass right here. I will say, like, they're not super opaque the first time. Like, this is one layer. I feel like it's okay. You can build the opacity with them, which is nice. So these little worms, I did all of these little worms here with them. What else? I did a lot of this with them. I think this turned out really great. This is one of my absolute favorite sketchbook spreads in a long time. I did all of these little doodles of flowers. This is some of them on these worms. Like, the base of the worm are acrylic ink, but the doodles on top are the Artix markers. I know I have way more stuff in here with these. I just don't want to spoil everything. Oh, these little cats. Some of this grass. So like they do lay down good color. Like this is just one layer. And you can kind of see right here with this cat, they do make like a marker, like you can see that it's marker. I think if you put down multiple layers, it will limit like that streakiness of a marker. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I didn't draw this cat how I wanted to the first time. And you can see my original lines when I colored over it. So my overall like thoughts about them, I like them. They are completely worth it. I used them on this page, except this skin tone is actually like craft paint. It's leftover craft paint, and then but the hair and the eyes and the stars are all the Artix markers. And then I just layered color pencil over the top. Some colors will allow you to layer color pencil over the top, and other ones will not. So that's something that I found a little frustrating. But as I was saying, I think these markers are great for your sketchbook to play with color and really build up your confidence to intuitively pick colors for your illustrations. I don't think that I would use them on finished pieces. That's just me. And I haven't used them on anything other than paper. So I don't know if they would work for like rock painting or, you know, any other type of surface that you would want to do. But yeah, I do like them. All in all, that was the roundabout way of saying that I like them, I'm glad I bought them, and I will continue to use them. As you can see, like these they do come completely full. I just have a couple of colors that I've been keeping in my little pen bag here that I bring in my purse. Just like some skin tones and stuff. So in case I want to draw something specific, like I brought a couple of these to Chicago, in case I wanted to draw Andy and I, like as if we're in the city. Honestly, I did not have time to sketch anything when we were in Chicago. But we had a good time. I'm glad we drove down instead of taking the train. So it ended up being a good birthday weekend, but I think doing so much last weekend and then working all week and then, you know, like some family health things happening, I'm just exhausted. Like I have not even filmed a YouTube video for this week and I'm a little stressed about it. Also at the same time, a little not stressed about it. I'm thinking about if I should hurry up and film one, but part of me is like, let yourself rest and film something throughout the weekend that I can put out next week, which will probably be this episode 3. Yeah, so today is 4th of July. We are going to go watch the fireworks tonight. I do not want to go. If I'm keeping it real with you, I want to stay home and snuggle up on the couch with some snacks and watch movies. I am not a huge fan of the 4th of July. I don't like fireworks. I hate how smoky it gets outside. I hate that for the next however many weeks people are going to be lighting off fireworks at erroneous times of night. I'm a very light sleeper, so it drives me bananas. What do you guys usually do on 4th of July? We usually are either on vacation somewhere else, so we're not worrying about, you know, fireworks and stuff like that. Or we kind of just stay home. Like Andy and I, we just grill out and, you know, pop on a movie. We don't go watch the fireworks. I know some people are like really into it, but we're not those people. So I would be curious to know what you guys do. I think now I'm going to maybe play in my sketchbook or start working on my little pop-up book or possibly film something for YouTube that you will see shortly. But yeah, I want to show you guys these little goodies, and if you guys have recently bought any new little goodies, let me know. I wanted to share a little way that I've recently been keeping track of all of my creative projects, because if you're anything like me, you have more projects than time, and if I don't keep a list or something, I have no idea how to keep track of them all. So I have recently started using Notion, and whenever I have a new project I want to work on, I just put it in here and I assign myself an end date. I do find myself changing the end dates all of the time. I used to keep track by hand, and I would have to rewrite everything every week, and that just got really annoying. And this has been a game changer. All I do is I go in and change whatever date that is my new due date instead of having to rewrite my whole list. So, since I do have these few days off of work and hopefully I will have time to rest, I can start getting some of these crossed off my list. I do have a lot of old sketches from my Volume 2 Wonky Drawing Club sketchbook that I want to get finalized and start turning into final artworks. So yeah, I am going to start working on that for a couple of hours before I have to get ready to go watch the fireworks. I have something so exciting to share with you. I finally finished my official new logo icon, and I have been wanting to do this for years. And I have been putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. And then I was taking it a lot more serious over the past month as I'm relaunching my Patreon and like kind of updating all of that stuff. And still, I put it off for weeks and weeks because I was just so nervous to get it wrong. While this is not 100% perfect, I still like the end result. And I think it turned out so cute. This is supposed to be me, and then this is Luna. Yes, so you will be seeing this as my new profile icon photo across my socials. And next, I need to start designing a new banner for my Patreon and for YouTube. Also, I need to design Instagram label, like cover, like the little round ones where your stories go. I need to design those as well. That is, on the to-do list, but I just want to show you this. I'm so excited how it turned out. It turned out better than I expected because I was so nervous doing this. I have been spending so much time at the dining room table making art. I have not stepped foot into the art studio in over a week, and now the dining table looks like Tornado Alley. I'm even spilling over into this chair, and I also have my on-the-go art bag. It's a disaster. I even have more supplies hiding in my backpack that I bring to work. I don't know what to do. I do have this black rolly cart here that I used to use for my creative journaling. I don't know if maybe I should roll that out and kind of repurpose that to house all of this. Yes, I think that might be on the agenda for today. I'm slowly slowly getting my cart organized next to me here. But now I have really been getting into playing with my acrylic inks, and I usually keep them in this big, huge container here. And it takes up so much room to lug them up and down the stairs. These bottles last forever. I've had these bottles for like 8 years now, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, how can I make this easier to either use them on the go when I travel or go to a coffee shop, or just going from upstairs in the art studio to the dining room like right now. And the solution that I came up with is these little dropper bottles. They're 2 milliliters each. I just got a pack of 15 off of Amazon. So I went ahead and I swatched all of my inks that I have, and I need to decide which colors I'm going to choose to put into here, because I do like some inks better than others. And then of course, because I've been really getting back into my inks, I was looking at all kinds of different brands online, and I did add a couple colors to my Blick cart. We will see if I get any. Honestly, I just added 2 skin tone colors, but I did figure out some mixes to make my skin tone, so we'll play it by ear if I actually order those. So I'm going to get these color choices into my little bottles, and then I'm going to figure out where and how I'm going to store them and to see if these leak. I am going to be going on vacation next month, and I don't know if I'm going to bring them with me. Like, I want to bring my inks because I'm going for an art retreat. I want to bring some inks in my acrylic gouache, but at the same time, I'm only bringing a carry-on, so I don't know. We'll see. To be determined. I finally finished filling all of my little bottles with the inks that I want to use. I did not think that I was going to be in a situation where I need to order more. I did fill all 15 little bottles, and I think that I need like 3 more. I originally was not going to put black or white into little bottles. I use white so much that I was just going to keep the big bottle. I may or may not still do that, but then I'm thinking like travel purposes, maybe it would be a good idea to have a small white. And I hardly ever use black, but I would probably like to have it if I felt like using it, if that makes sense. And then I also reach for this fluorescent yellow quite frequently, so I do want to include that. So right there is 3 more. And then I was swatching all of my colors, and I came across this pink and this pink, and I really like those pinks for possibly using cheeks. I want to experiment with if I like them as cheek colors, and if I do like them as cheek colors, then I will probably put them into a little mini. I did go ahead and label all of them because there's no way I would remember which bottle they came out of. I did go ahead and get 2 new inks. I got this dark sap green here, and then I got this like red. I don't love how the red dries down. I wanted it to be more of like a bright crimson. This is, I can't even say it, Naphthalo Crimson from Liquitex. I probably should have went with the Pyrrole Red. It is what it is at this point. So, and I also picked up this little container here to try to like hold them in, like for traveling, and I couldn't find something that fit well, so I kind of bumped them up with some layers of cardboard. I think I'm still gonna have to put like paper towel over the top before I close it so that they're not like rattling around. Of course, like I mentioned, I'm eventually gonna put a few more colors in here. I have room to put those in still, but I'm very excited to be able to have this little container on the go with me versus that gigantic container that I showed you. Next, what I really want to do with these inks is I want to kind of do like a color chart like this that I did with my gouache. So I think I'm just gonna reuse the back of this nice watercolor paper and create one of those little mixing charts. I also want to do like a gradient with water chart. So maybe I could do half of it like that and then half of it with color mixes. But yes, before this video gets any longer, because I'm sure it's going to be a doozy when I go to edit this, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, I hope you have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful day. Goodbye.